When you sell something, we calculate tax for each line item. If the tax amount we calculate is different from what you expected, you need to figure out why. A line item's tax code tells us what you sell and what rate to use to calculate the tax. If the tax code is wrong, it may affect the tax amount. In this example, you're expecting a tax amount other than zero. To correct the tax amount, you need to map your item to the right tax code and recalculate the tax. Here's how mapping works. Map your item codes in your Avalara account or in your business application. If you mapped in Avalara, the item code on the invoice tells us what tax code to apply. If you mapped in your business application, the tax code will be included in the transaction line detail. Once we have the tax code, we match it to the rate where the transaction occurred and calculate the tax. It's best to map in either your business application or Avalara, but not both. If you do map in both places, your tax code handling settings will tell us which mapping should take priority. By default, we prioritize tax codes mapped in your Avalara account. Let's check your tax code handling settings. They're set to the default. So we'll first look in Avalara for a tax code mapped to the item. If we can't find it mapped in Avalara, we'll look for a tax code in the transaction line detail. You'll need to do some research to find the right tax code for your item. Let's say you found the correct tax code and need to map it to the item code. Search for the item code and open the details. Correct the tax code and save the item's new mapping. Go back to your transaction. The tax amount hasn't changed. That's because you need to recalculate the tax to see if correcting the tax code resolved the issue. In this example, it did. Now your transaction contains the correct tax code and the expected tax amount. If correcting your item's tax code and recalculating the tax didn't resolve your unexpected tax amount, it likely means you need to do more research to find the correct tax code. Let's review. You identified the problem, you remapped the item to the correct tax code, and you recalculated the tax. Remember, when you recalculate taxes in your Avalara account, the updated tax amounts do not automatically flow back to your business application. Instead, you need to manually make the updates so that the tax amounts match. This important step makes it easier to reconcile your sales information each month.